Hey, man. I just crossed the border from Mexico. You got any health care? I need to go see a doctor. It's been a long walk.
Welcome to California, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, take this right here. This will get you everything covered for free. All right?
Gracias.
Do you have a phone by chance?
No.
Oh, here you go, brother. Here you go.
Wow.
Hey,
America?
I'm assuming you don't have a place to live right now. Do you have a house?
No.
Here you go. $30,000 for a down payment.
Wow.
Welcome to America.
Yes.
Hi. I just saw that guy walk out with a bunch of free stuff. Can I get some?
Yeah, what country do you come here from?
I'm an American.
American? What do you want, like a handout or something? Why don't you go get a job, pay your taxes? How else are we going to afford to pay him?
Are you kidding me?
Americans. Entitled.
Case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up, so we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work, there wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset.
The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs. I worry so much more about that problem than anything else here. We've got to get American communities in a safe space again. And unfortunately, when you let people in by the millions, most of whom are unvetted, most of whom you don't know who they really are, you're going to have problems like this. Kamala Harris, 94 executive orders that undid Donald Trump's successful border policies. We knew this stuff would happen. They bragged about opening the border, and now we have the consequences, and we're living with it. We can do so much better, but frankly, we're not going to do better, Martha, unless Donald Trump calls this stuff out. I'm glad that he did.
That half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States. Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
I know, but
it's not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%? Are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people.
What's the other thing we know about this population? And it's a specific phase of life. Remember, age is more than a chronological fact. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. Population, 18 through 24. They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
I am trying not to be biased. I watch her interviews, I watch his interview, I watch her rallies, I watch his rallies, I watch her podcast, I watch his podcast, I watched her policy, his policy, and I have just finished watching her interview on Fox. To be honest to you, she doesn't have EQ, emotional intelligence. That is very important. She look angry, she look mad, she cannot control her emotion. When it comes to like tough questions or the situation that she can't control, I mean, you can see that she mad, she angry. That is not good. That is not good for leaders. You saw what the guy he on the Bloomberg. They attack him. How he look? He control the situation. He calm, he sharp, and he answer. He he control it. He can control himself. That is what you want for the leader. I am not biased. I am not biased. I mean, I just go with the fact.
All I have to say is my opinion on the Fox interview with Kamala Harris was we just watched Kamala Harris throw a temper tantrum because someone finally challenged her with tough questions. And when being pressed about the border issue, about the economy, and how everything is going, guess what Kamala Harris did? She blamed Donald Trump. And she threw a fit. And she was angered and screaming about democracy because she clearly didn't know how to answer any of the tough questions. That's why she likes to do podcasts like Call Her Daddy. This interview just solidified that Kamala Harris is the worst unqualified candidate to be president of the United States.
We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump.
So let me get this straight. If I vote for a party that can't define what a woman is, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that wants boys in my daughter's sports and restrooms, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that thinks they can pander to me using kente cloths and hot sauce, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for a party that has done nothing but destroy my community for the last 60 years and open the borders in order to replace my vote and destroy my community further, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for the party that wanted to keep me from voting, wanted to keep Jim Crow, wanted to keep slavery, the party of the Klan, I'm no longer crazy. And I'm no longer crazy or ridiculous if I vote for the candidate who's been in the office as vice president for the last 3.5 years and admitted to having a large part in pushing the harmful policies that have hurt my country, who can't answer basic questions and is quite possibly the worst candidate in American history, says she's going to bring change while at the same time admitting there's nothing she'd change about the last 3.5 years and made us the laughing stock of the world. And you think I'm the crazy one. I think it's crazy you think I should vote for a candidate based on skin color rather than how their policies will affect my life. It's pretty sick.
But what is Trump doing in particular to have boosted those numbers? What is Trump being or saying or doing that is resonating so differently with black voting men?
That's a very good question. Trump's just being himself. He's speaking to black men the same way he speaks to white or Asian or Hispanic men. He's not changing his accent. He's not saying y'all. He's from New York. And he's probably blacker than Kamala, if we're being serious here. She grew up in Quebec, Canada. She's closer to Emmanuel Macron in terms of relation than the actual black community in the United States. Trump is approaching every group of people the exact same. He's telling them, if I bring down the cost of energy, inflation's going to go down, the cost of groceries are going to go down, the cost to build new housing will go down. Kamala's entire game plan is just handouts. Trump's game plan is handouts in a different sense, by reducing taxation, eliminating taxes on tips and overtime. Trump is trying to incentivize black people to go work for themselves, to fish for themselves, as opposed to just giving them a bunch of food and bread to go eat. The good old saying goes, if you teach a man how to fish, he's going to be fed for the rest of his life. If you give him fish, he's going to be hungry tomorrow. Trump understands that. So his entire policy platform is just on empowering Americans to do for themselves. Kamala wants to give 1 million fully forgivable loans to black entrepreneurs. And I love how she placed the others there. We don't know who the others are, assuming it's just the other races. But she didn't even say anything about merit, like a business having to prove solvency before she gives them a loan. She just wants to give them loans, $20,000. It's a handout and it's a bribe. That's how I view it. Trump isn't bribing black people to vote for him.
It was a rough week. I mean, her faves are down. They're struggling with, the front page of the New York Times this morning, Democrats struggling with African-American voters, particularly African-American men. This gender gap issue is real. It's a real problem, and you see the Democrats reacting to it. And I think what they are now finally in October, the election, coming to realize is that a lot of men think Democrats care more about dudes who want to become women than dudes who just want to be dudes. And no hunting, cosplay, or cringy videos is going to change it. The bet is made. Working class men, whether you're black, Hispanic, or white, persistently, consistently do not believe the Democratic Party, and specifically Kamala Harris, are going to do a thing for them. They've been told that they're the problem, and I suspect they're going to rise up on Election Day and tell the elites who told them that you're wrong.
World has no war under President Trump administration. Only President Trump has enough love for our children to make education good again. Only President Trump has enough love for our business owner and working class to make economy strong again. Only President Trump has enough love for our Americans to make our border safe again. And only President Trump has enough love for this country to make America great again.
Wow. What do you say to that? I got all this collection of videos from people just sent them over to me. Say, hey, what do you think about this? Put this up. The streets are talking. They say it's time. We got everything else we need to know. We've got it all. From President Trump to Kamala. We good. It's time. Wow. Hey. Please put your comment in the comment section below. Let's know what you think about this. What do you have to say about this? 20 more days to Election Day. One of the biggest elections ever. Historic election in the history of the United States of America. November 6th will be a different day. Hey, you know how we like to close it out, but before we do that, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know how we like to close it out? We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye for now.